Hello guys, how's it going? Here's my dragon. All right, so basically today I'm turning 30 years old. So I feel old. I feel depressed. No, not really. No, I'm actually having a good time. And not everybody can say like they reach their 30 years old like happy and like with a good job, like stable and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about this stuff. It should be fun. Things that I wish I had done better or that I hadn't, or just like a review on life. It's like a big number for some reason. 30 years old. It's like you're no longer a kid. You're like a full-grown adult, which sucks. No, it's okay. But I kind of wanted to give some advice and some life experience. Like because I'm old now. I'm older than you probably. About how it feels and like some things that I wish I had done in life or that just some general life advice. First of all, like do things that you love. Of course, like that. That is very like self-explanatory. But a lot of people don't follow these. They go for things that will give them good money and stuff like that. Which I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes it's impossible to go for what you love. Like for example, like for me, I love to party. Nah, I'm joking. I don't love to party. But I mean, like people who love to party, like I mean, it's very hard to make a living from partying. But you need to find something that like makes you happy, that like fulfills you as a person, intellectually, emotionally, physically. So for example, like out of sometimes like for example, like for me, I wish sometimes that I had studied something else, like I don't know, computer science or like some type of art, like me, like music, like piano or stuff like that. At the end of the day, I'm very happy with my decision. And I remember one thing that happened with me, like I went into civil engineering, but because I wanted to do structures, and the paying for tuition in a college like that has structural program, like it was just out of my reach. So I figured I could go for civil engineering and then jump into structural. So that's why for me it was a little harder to get into a structural, like a position when I graduated from college because I was civil general. I didn't know a lot of like things that real structural engineers know, but that is something that I always wanted to do. So I remember like I got a job offer like right out of college for to do construction management, and I took it. It was okay, but it was not what I wanted. So I was like, I was there 6 months, and I was like, this is not what I want to do with my life, and I just went back to school to do my master's. And then after that, I went like with a mindset like, no, I'm gonna get what I want to do. That's the whole freaking purpose of me going to college for civil engineering, because I wanted to do structures, even though I wasn't like the best in structural, or I didn't know a lot of structural. Like I'm like, this is what I want. That's what I want to do. So after graduating from college, it took me a while, but I got like a very underpaid structural job. But I mean, I got what I wanted, and like I had to work myself a little bit to learn a lot of the ropes, a lot of things that I didn't know. Some very simple stuff, like even like load pads. That is something very like common in structural engineering. I was not very aware of it, and there's because my background is mechanical. I started doing mechanical, and when I was like full on into mechanical engineering, I jumped into a civil program, and my civil program focused mostly in geotechnical. So basically, my structural classes were like structural analysis, concrete, steel, and foundations, and geotech. Which I mean is a good foundation, but like it's not like they don't explain to you a lot of the things that you see on the job. You get what I mean. But like I mean, that's what I want to do, and that's how I stuck to it, and like now I'm doing that, and like maybe I'm not getting paid as much as like if I had stuck with like with what I actually studied, like mechanical or like structural. But I'm happy. Like I'm getting paid well. I'm happy. Like I'm doing something that I enjoy. And that's good. Like for example, there's other things that I wish I could make a living from, and you can do that. Like the thing is that you need to see if they are cost effective. Like for example, like let's say you want to be an artist. I mean, you can try to be an artist, but you also have to be realistic. I'm not trying to say don't follow your dreams. I'm trying to say be realistic. Like for example, if you want to be an artist, maybe you have like a job, and then you do art on the side. And once your art like starts going up, then you can like transition between like your main job to an art job. But the thing, you never want to stop like following what you want to do, even if you're like been working 20 years in something. If you have something that you want to do, even if it's like on a little by little, try to do it. You don't want to like die and regret your life. And that's one thing that I've been thinking a lot. Like, do I regret the things that I've done in my life? And like a lot of people have a lot of regrets, and for me, I kind of don't. Like, I mean, yeah, there's things that I wish I had done better, or teach that I wish I hadn't done. Like, for example, like I remember when I was a kid, I got into this game and I fractured my leg, right? And then like when I was like older, I fractured my other leg, and I was like, duh, like I wish, like because it was dumb, like I could have avoided that. But I mean, it is what it is, you know, like those things you cannot control. But like, or like even relationship things, like there's things that would you wish you hadn't done, like in certain relationships, or that you had handled differently. But there's nothing to be done about it. The only thing you can do about that is just like learn and grow about that stuff. Okay, another thing that I want to give advice is like when you're younger, try to start thinking about money. Like for example, what I mean is like if you're in middle school or high school, try to get like a part-time job. Like it gives you so much like knowledge about money, and like it makes you appreciate more like what your parents are doing for you, or like whoever is paying for your stuff is doing for you. And it also helps you like to manage your money better, effectively. Set up your budgets. And one thing that I wish I had done like when I was younger, and that like I'm doing now, like start to invest. Try to read about investment, about real estate, about stock market, about businesses. You know, try to learn how to manage money. Try to, not because like I'm greedy or you are greedy or anything like that, but I mean, if you know how to manage your money, you can live such a better life. You know that like those people that like they get a paycheck, I don't know, $2,000, and then like for example that same night they blow $1,000 on alcohol or party. I mean, yeah, it's good once or twice a night, but like you need to be mindful about your life. When you're a kid, like everybody tells you, like, oh, you're gonna be rich, you're gonna be famous, you need to follow your dreams and believe in this. And yes, but at the same time, it's very hard to get to there. Like, real thing is most people will not get there. Uh, so basically, the purpose of life, I feel, is just to live a fulfilling, happy life. Like that you're happy with where you are, you're happy with what you do. You don't hate people. You just love everyone. Like it doesn't matter what they do. And that's another thing that I want to tell you. Like, for example, try to love people like with your whole heart. I see a lot of relationships. I've been in relationships where the other person is just not fully into their relationship. Like they're half-assing it. And like for me, that's kind of stupid. It's like, dude, what is the point of like being in a relationship if you're just not gonna be fully on it? Like, just end it. I always try to do that. Like, for example, in every like relationship that I try to like give it my 100%, because I mean, yeah, it sucks, it's horrible if it doesn't work. But if you don't give it your all, like you have regret, you have a sense of regret that you didn't do your best. The same thing with everything that you do. Like for example, if you want to like, I don't know, anything like the piano or violin, whatever. Like, yeah, you can try to learn it here or there, but eventually you will regret it. If you really like it and you really want it, you should try your hardest, like within like acceptable parameters. Like you work 8 to 5. Like I mean, maybe you cannot like learn the piano like that period, but like you can do it on the weekends and you can like get classes and stuff like that. And there's no excuses. Like for example, for me, I've been working on a couple jobs and I always find time to do the hobbies that I like. And sometimes I'm super tired, but I just force myself to do them. Again, it's just a matter of consistency. Work hard. Time is very valuable and important. That's another thing that you always have to keep in mind. Like for example, honestly, like I don't even know where my 20s went to. They went so fast. Like I still remember like when my parents dropped me off at college and they were like crying and stuff, and like it just went out so fast. Time is short, life is short. Be happy, try to feel it to the fullest. Like don't hate on people. I just love everyone and like try to give the best of yourself. What else? What else? There's so many things that I'm probably gonna like remember after I'm done with this video. But yeah, like just don't be also another one. Don't be hater. Don't hate on people. Like like if somebody does something shitty to you, something messed up. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a pain and it's gonna sting for a little bit. But try to let go. Try to like be at peace. Don't be like don't have revenge or don't be hateful on people. That's not something that because it starts to eat you up. I remember like a couple of years ago, like some stuff happened, and it just like it hurt me like really really hurt me, and it just like I just kept thinking about it for a long time, like months and months and months and months, and like I remember like even like trying like taking vengeance on that stuff, and like I didn't feel better, I still had that in my heart, So that's something that you want to like try to like learn, like just let go of things, let go of like material things, let go of all the hate and all that stuff. It sounds very hippie, very new way, but no, I mean it. I mean like it doesn't do any good to you. Like for example, like if you have a badass car and you crash it, well, I mean it happens, whatever. Let's move on. If something like something did something shit, you know what I mean? Like yeah, it sucks, but like just try to move on. Like such is life. There's a lot of really stuff like that that you should be doing. Another thing that you want to do, you want to try to get out of your comfort zone. That is something that for me, and I don't know for a lot of people in STEM, like all the IT people, all a lot of engineers, mathematicians, it's very hard to do. Like try to get out of your comfort zone. What I mean, like this, I remember like all my college and like high school, I was that like chubby. I mean, I still am like kind of chubby, but I was always this introverted kid, like who was just like reading books and playing video games and like all my friends were geeky, which I mean they're still very geeky. But I started. I think after I got out from college, I started like trying to go out more and do more things because I wanted to meet girls, which I mean it happened. But now I feel like I'm so glad I did a lot of this stuff, but I kind of regret I didn't do it earlier, like maybe during college. Try to get out of your comfort zone. Try to like take classes on the things that you love. Like for example, try to take new things. Like for example, the other day a friend they told me like, hey, you should go to yoga, and I'm like, no, dude. But I was like, one day I was bored and like I had like a problem with my ankle, so I'm like, man, I'm just gonna check it out, and I actually really enjoyed it. And there's a bunch of things like that. Try to get out of your comfort zone. Like for example, for me, I hate planes. Like they scare the crap out of me because of a bad experience I had when I was like in middle school. But after that, like I mean, like I'm not gonna travel anymore. I've been like trying to every year. I've been trying to travel like 2 or 3 times a year, like abroad or like just like taking a plane, and it still scares the crap out of me. But I mean, like I mean, I've had so many great experiences because I've been getting out of my comfort zone, try to learn new things, to try a lot of stuff, try everything you can. You never know. Maybe like you find your passion in one of those trips, or maybe you try a cooking class and then you find like, wow, I really love cooking. Maybe I'm a mathematician, or maybe I don't know, whatever. But like my real calling is cooking. You never know. So you want to be open for everything and like try new things. This will increase your like acceptances of the world, and it will make you smarter. I do believe this. Um, I don't really know what else to say. Don't be attached to material things. Like for example, instead of buying like a badass car that will like leave you in debt for like 40 years, or like a house that will leave you in debt like for 30, 40 years, try to buy a cheaper house. Like I mean, just be mindful of like what you really need. I mean, that's just me. I like to live like more like the necessities, like not like a poor person, but like for example, like my car works fine, and I had that car for like 15 years, 12 years already. And like my parents are like, you should get a new car. I'm like, why? This one works perfectly. It have never like left me on the road or anything like that. So for me, I don't think that's an expense that I require. All that money I could like put it to for a house, or I can do it for an investment, or I can travel. Don't get too attached to material things. That's what I mean. I think you should invest more on experiences and things that grow your knowledge, because material things they come and go. But like for example, you as a person like will stay there. Like for example, if you're very smart and you know so much about so many things, like you can build everything up. Like for example, your brain is your money. I don't know what else to say. I just wanted to do a quick video about this because it's like an important time for me, and I don't feel it too much, but I mean I know it's like a big thing. um, One thing that I like to do for myself, and it's something that I mean I like to recommend it to people too. Like whenever it's your birthday, give yourself something that you want, or do something that you want, like and that nobody cares. Like I don't know, like you're a girl, like you want to learn pole dancing, go for it, dude. Who cares? On your birthday, like for example, like for me, last year I bought this retarded watch that had like a fish on the face, and my girlfriend at the time was like, dude, that is so stupid. I'm like, I don't care, dude. It's my birthday. I'm gonna give myself whatever I want. And the year before that, I got myself a bicycle. I didn't know how to ride a bicycle, so I bought one and I learned how to ride it. Yeah, just do things for yourself. Like be mindful of other people, but also uh, feed your soul. All right, guys. I hope this wasn't very hippie, very new wave. If you have any questions or anything, that you would like to tell me about your 30 years or like your approach at life, let me know. And have a good day, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you liked it.